some attention. I need to ask you a question. Babe.
Woman, would you hush? You are interrupting my train of thought.
Well, let me know if it ever gets to a station.
How many seconds are in a year? Well,
12.
are you sure?
Absolute. February 2nd, March 2nd.
Got two close.
You know, you think so much of your old golf game. I bet you won't even remember when we were married.
Honey, married to you, how could I forget? It was that day of something, that 30-foot putt.
We're not ones, no rounds, great rumors. No, really, we're just not the gossiping kind. You'll never hear one of us repeating gossip. So you better be sure and listen close the first time.
Speaking of Junior Sampson, y'all know he always has been the mischievous type.
Yeah.
Why, did I ever tell y'all that when we were in school, he got kicked out of kindergarten? Kindergarten. Our teacher, Miss Selma Lou, told us to bring in something that represented our religious beliefs for show and tell. So little Benji, he brought in the Star of David because he's Jewish. And Mary, she brought in the most beautiful set of rosary beads you've ever seen. And then here comes Junior. And y'all won't believe what he said. He walked up and said, "Teacher, I'm a Baptist and here's a casserole."
Now, Linda, tell me about that date you had the other night with that cute haiku brown.
It was so romantic. Until he walked me to my door. He tried to kiss me. He leaned me up against my front porch and said, "Can I just have a kiss?" I said, "No, my mom and dad are upstairs sleeping. You're going to wake them up." He said, "Please, just one little itty bitty kiss." And I said, "No, I am not going to give you a kiss." He said, "Please." And I said, "No." Well, about that time, my little sister come running down to the front door and opened it up. And she said, "Will you please kiss her? I will kiss her. Even my daddy said he would come down and kiss her. Just get your hand off of our intercom."
So, Opal, I heard you lost your job.
Yeah, I got fired. Yeah, this gentleman came in one day. He was looking for a gift for his wife. So I got this bottle of perfume out. It was about $50. He thought about it for a few minutes and he said, "Man, that's something else. This just isn't what I want."
Yeah.
So I said, "All right, we have this one right here. It's on sale. It's $25. Oh, he didn't think so. No. He said, "What else you got?" I said, "Well, we have this one. It's not really all that good. It's $15 though." And he said, "Ma'am, that's just not what I'm looking for." Yeah. He said, "Can you please just show me something that's really cheap?" So I handed him a mirror.
We're not ones, no rounds, great rumors. No, really, we're just not the gossiping kind. You'll never hear one of us repeating gossip. So you better be sure and listen close the first time.
And now, I heard something horrible about you.
What was it?
I heard you and Ellie Mae were no longer friends because y'all been friends since kindergarten. What happened?
Well, we are not friends. We will never, ever be friends again. You will not believe what she did to me. She called me a dumb blonde. She sure did. We were in my yard and I was showing off my brand new coon dogs. And she said, "Well, Ganilla, what are their names?" And I said, "Well, that big black one over there, that's Rolex.
I said, little cute brown one, he's tiny. Well, she didn't think so. She said, y'all can nail them? Those have to be the dumbest names I've ever heard of for dogs. Why'd you name them that? I said, well, duh, Ellie Mae, they are my watchdogs.
Now, Bobby Joe, I wasn't in church this Sunday.
I know, girl, we missed you.
Oh, I missed y'all. But I heard there was a fuss.
It was. You know, Pastor Lynn, he's just the calmest, most put together person, you know, but during Sunday service, right before he started preaching, he announced that there was going to be a church board of directors meeting immediately following the service in front of the sanctuary. So he preached his sermon, and it was always such a good sermon. And he did his altar call, and he did his dismissal prayer. We had so many visitors. We had a lot of visitors Sunday. And so we were all talking to the visitors, and eventually, you know, we all started making our way down, mosey into the front of the church for our meeting. And one of the visitors just walked straight down the aisle and plopped himself right in the middle of all of us. It was kind of awkward, you know, because we're looking at Pastor Lee, and he's kind of looking at us, and, you know, he's such a tactful man. So he gets up and he walks over and he says, sir, he says, friend, so I guess you didn't understand, but this here is a meeting for the church board. And the visitor looked up and said, well, Pastor, after that sermon, I reckon I'm just as bored as anybody else here.